Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Tuesday the 14th of November. A lockdown has been lifted at Dunedin's Bayfield High School after armed police were called to the school following an emailed threat. The school was put into lockdown after the threat was received at about 8:45 this morning. Jacob Jones reports.
The Otago Daily Times reports armed officers were deployed to every entrance to the school and warnings were being played over loudspeakers. Curtains and doors were closed while concerned parents gathered outside the police cordon. Nothing of concern has been found, but police staff will remain in the area.
Food price inflation appears to be dramatically easing. Just released figures show food prices have increased 6.3% in the year to October. That's down from an increase of 8% in the year to September. Coalition talks could step up a notch in the capital today with the leaders of ACT, National and New Zealand First all again converging on Wellington. Chris Luxon says great progress is being made. David Seymour thinks there's a good chance that all three leaders will meet together for the first time later today.
I think that that's very possible. We're certainly very happy to meet anyone, anytime, and we're all in Wellington now, so that's got to make it easier.
Newstalk ZB understands New Zealand First has problems with National's foreign buyers tax, but independent tax expert Jeff Nightingale says without it, National could be forced to scale back helpful tax cuts.
Fiscal drag's been costing New Zealanders about $1 billion a year for a decade and more in the next 4 years. So it's the middle New Zealand that it's aimed. So it's good policy, but it's got to be funded.
Police have arrived at the Prime Minister's official residence in Wellington after it was tagged with pro-Palestine graffiti overnight. The fence around Premier House has been marked in red paint with messages like "Stop the genocide," "Free Gaza" and "Stop supporting Israel." It follows similar overnight vandalism to Auckland's MFAT office and US consulate. Newstalk ZB's Jacob Jones says red paint has been thrown and hand-printed over the entrances to both downtown Auckland buildings, seemingly to symbolise blood. And meanwhile, international tolerance with Israel may be starting to run thin. The Gaza Health Ministry says more than 11,000 people have been killed in the territory since October 7. Geopolitical analyst Geoffrey Miller says there's probably 2 or 3 weeks before calls for a ceasefire will become too strong for the Israeli operation to continue. Miller says Western allies are running out of patience.
With Emmanuel Macron from France calling for the ceasefire, and even I think the US is showing some disquiet when you look at some of those statements from Antony Blinken and Jake Sullivan. Geoffrey
Miller speaking with Mike Hosking. The housing market appears to have found its footing. Latest QV data shows the average home increased in value by 2.1% over the 3 months to October. To sport, Red Bull racing director Helmut Marko has indicated Liam Lawson may take more than a year to earn promotion to a full-time Formula One seat. Alexander Zverev has defeated Carlos Alcaraz in 3 sets during the round robin of the ATP tennis finals in Turin. And English footballing great Sir Bobby Charlton has been farewelled via a memorial service at Manchester Cathedral. Crowds applauded as the hearse carrying the 1966 World Cup winner's coffin stopped at Old Trafford en route. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.